Hey guys, welcome to the lineup show. If you are a DFS fan, especially NFL DFS, because that's what this channel covers, at least for now, then you might want to stick around and watch. But I appreciate you being here. I am going to go over the Sunday main slate for you guys. I'm going to start off with these quarterbacks, and there's really not a whole lot of quarterbacks that I like this week. So I'm going to get through those pretty quickly, but I'm going to start off with Josh Allen. I certainly do like him here, playing the Bengals, who are 26th against the quarterback and 32nd in pass yards allowed per game on average, the worst in the league. 256.8 is what they give up on average. So Josh Allen, arguably the best or one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Not sure I think he's the best personally, but he's definitely one of them right now. So I like him. I don't necessarily care for Matthew Stafford here, but I'm not going to tell you not to play him. I think it would be stupid to tell you not to, but I don't like his matchup. I'm just going to leave it at that. Lamar Jackson, I definitely like the matchup. Not really sure that he's going to play because he's still questionable, but it says that he's poised to play, so looking good, looking likely. And he's playing the Steelers, who are 28th against the quarterback, 28th in pass yards allowed. So he would be a great pick here. Don't care for Burrow this week because of the matchup. Daniel Jones, I do like. Is a little bit cheaper than the first two options that I liked. Jaguars are 24th against the quarterback. They are 23rd in pass yards allowed per game. And Daniel Jones has been playing really good football this year, averaging 20.1 fantasy points a game. I want to like Bo Nix here against the Raiders, but he played terrible against the Raiders the last time they met, and they ended up winning that game, thank God. But it didn't look pretty, especially in prime time. Don't like Daniel's matchup here. I do like Jordan Love's matchup. So he's playing the Bears, who are 25th against the quarterback, 22nd in pass yards allowed per game on average, and this is a divisional game, so a rivalry game. I expect him to play well, and he's a fairly cheap quarterback this week. I don't love his matchup, but I am not going to rule out Jacoby Brissett because of how well he has played. He has not had a game under 20 fantasy points thus far, except for the week 2 game and week 5, but I don't believe he started either of those games. I could be wrong there, but it seems to me all the games he started, he's had over 20 fantasy points. I don't necessarily expect that to end, but I don't like his matchup, so we'll see what happens there. Don't really care for Baker Mayfield here in this spot. Don't really care for Williams, Caleb Williams, that is, in this spot. Sam Darnold, I really don't like in this spot either against the Falcons. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I don't really like it either. Trevor Lawrence, I do like here, averaging 17.6 fantasy points a game. The Colts are 18th against the quarterback, 27th in pass yards allowed. And there are some games where Trevor Lawrence can just let it rip. So if you play him, then hopefully that will be one of them. I'm still deciding whether I want to play him or not, but I don't think that I will. Aaron Rodgers, I actually do like in this spot. Also a division game. Baltimore is 20th against the quarterback, 25th in pass yards allowed. And it's Aaron Rodgers, who is averaging, he's only averaging 14.2 points a game this year. I don't know why I'm laughing, but I kind of am. Yeah, that's not great, but I don't know, guys. I think personally, I'm not going to say anything else. I don't like the match. Or I do like the matchup. I'm sorry. I do like the matchup. I don't like how he's been playing lately, I guess. I don't know what else to say. I like the matchup. I don't like the average 14.2 a game. It's not very high. Tyrod Taylor, I also like here. Miami's 23rd against the quarterback and 15th in pass yards allowed per game. I don't I don't know, guys. I don't love it, but I also kind of like it. So I'm going to leave that there. J.J. McCarthy, I believe, should be healthy and ready to go in this game. He doesn't have an injury designation for the game against the Commanders. Commanders are 29th against the quarterback, 30th in pass yards allowed per game. I think this is a great spot for him. If he doesn't do well this week, then I don't know. I feel like something's wrong there, but I think he should do well. And I'm not going to lie, at, what did that say, $4,600 salary. I like Tyler Shuck. I looked it up. I found out how to say his name. It's Shuck. I don't know how that makes sense, but I'm going with it. Last week I did not know how to pronounce his name, and I apologize for that. College football is not something I watch a whole lot of. I like the Buckeyes and a few other college teams, but I don't really watch a whole lot of college teams. So anyways, with that said, I think, and the reason I say that is because if I did watch college football, I would probably know his name. That was my whole point by that. I kind of left that part off. But anyways, Tyler Shuck, I like here. The Buccaneers are 31st against the quarterback, 29th in pass yards allowed. Last week, he had 19.4 fantasy points. He had 38 pass attempts and 43 pass attempts in week 12. It's a lot of passing, and I like it. He also had some rush attempts in those games. I like it here. I don't necessarily love the team right now, but I like it. So, yeah, he's someone I think you could go with. Sanders, I think, would maybe be okay here. I don't love that either. It's the Browns. He hasn't done a whole lot. I don't love it. Not even gonna go there. So I just there's nothing else really I care to look at here. I think honestly I might go really cheap and just go with Tyler Shuck in this spot for my lineup. But let's go ahead before I slot him in there, and we'll take a look at running backs really quick. I can tell you right now, I like Devon Achane, and I have not looked these over yet, guys. This is the first I'm looking them over. I did look over the quarterbacks a little bit. Everything else I have not yet. So you're seeing it with me. But Devon Achane playing the Jets, who are 27th against the running back position, 25th in rush yards allowed. I love it there. And then if you look at what he did last week, he had 22.4 fantasy points. Not bad. Kind of kicking myself because I had Bijan Robinson in my lineup, if I remember correctly, and I took him out. I decided not to play him. Or no, I don't believe I had him in my lineup. I kind of told myself to put him in the lineup. I didn't tell myself. I wanted to put him in my lineup. My apologies for jumbling my words there. I wanted to put him in my lineup, and I really was thinking about it, and I may have even put him in and taken him out, but I did not end up playing him. And of course, he got 33.3 fantasy points. So, yeah, don't like his matchup this week at all. So I don't recommend playing him. I guess I just wanted to point out the fact that I didn't last week and I regretted it. James Cook. This looks like a great scenario for James Cook. Has been one of the best backs this year. He's averaging 20.5 fantasy points a game. The Bengals are 32nd against the running back position and 31st in rush yards allowed per game. I think Cook would be an excellent play here, especially if you're paying down at quarterback. I don't think I like Derrick Henry as much in this spot. I'm just going to leave it at that. Bucky Irving, I kind of like it. I kind of dig it here. I don't love it. Kind of dig it. I could see why you would play him. I'm not sure that I would play him in this spot, but if you just need a fill-in or something, I could definitely see playing him. The Bears are playing Josh Jacobs. They are the 15th team in the league against the running back. That is their ranking, and they are 28th in rush yards allowed. That actually seems like a good spot for him. He is questionable. He practiced in a limited capacity on Thursday. You're going to want to check back somewhere, not on my channel because I won't post that probably, but see if he's going to play. If he is, he should be a solid play, guys. Take a look at Chris Brown and then gear your attention back to DraftKings or Fanduel or whatever, because Chris Brown is not an NFL player, at least not the one we're looking at. So Chase Brown is what I meant to say. Chase Brown looks like he's in a great spot here against the Bills. Bills are 28th against the running back, 30th in rush yards allowed per game. Looks like we have a scenario where we have a ton of good running backs, or at least good matchups. I overlooked Jonathan Taylor because I immediately saw Devon Achane, but I don't like the matchup here. Not sure that it matters for him, but well, he has had some weak games, guys, but he's had some really dominant games as well. Yeah, I don't think I'd play him, especially to pay $9,300 for him this week, but there's just better options that are cheaper, or better matchups that are cheaper. I'm not going to say a better running back because he's very good. Cardinals are 21st against the running back, 16th in rush yards allowed. They are playing Kyren Williams most likely if he plays. He was limited at practice on Thursday. Not even sure what's going on with him. I'm not even going to read it. I'm just going to tell you to check back in if you want to play him. But it does kind of look like a decent matchup. Looks okay. Doesn't look great to me. But it looks good. Breece Hall. Yeah, I like the matchup for Breece Hall. I don't think I'm going to play him. I want to see more from him. 15-point average is not something that I'm liking from a running back who has had some really good matchups this year. I guess he just didn't seize the moment, or the team didn't seize the moment, or whatever. But I want to see more, I think, before I play him again. He had a good matchup last week, and it looks like he didn't make the most of that either. So, Tennessee, 22nd against the running back, 22nd in rush yards allowed. And they are playing the Browns, who have Quinshon Judkins. And I think he could be a good play here. I don't love his average. I don't think I'm going to play him. Travis Etienne, don't like it. Warren, I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. Let's see. You've got Mason is... No, Aaron Jones is still in. He has not been getting many attempts. He's been getting a lot of targets. Trying to think if I like Jordan Mason or Aaron Jones. Neither one of them have got many attempts, but they've been getting Aaron Jones has been getting passes. I think I like Aaron Jones better in this scenario. Where'd they go? There they are. Okay. Aaron Jones seems to be getting a lot of passes, and Washington's 30th against the running back position, 27th in rush yards allowed, but 30th in pass yards allowed. I think he would be probably the better of the two backs for Minnesota. Don't hold me to that, but I think that he probably is. I don't know that I'd play either one of them, though, here. Because of their average and their usage and everything else. But Kenneth Walker III, another questionable running back. Got a hurt glute. Looks like he was limited at Thursday's practice. You'll need to look and check back in somewhere, see if he's going to play, if you plan on playing him. Atlanta's 23rd against the running back position, 25th in rush yards allowed. I like it. If he plays, I like it for sure. Alvin Kamara is not playing, but whoever's playing in his stead should be able to catch passes, because Buccaneers are 6th in rush yards allowed, but they're 29th in pass yards allowed, 24th against the running back position, which means Neal, and I should have remembered that. Devin Neal is their running back. He actually played last week and had a good matchup, and I played him, and he didn't do nothing, but he didn't do a lot for me. But he did get 3 targets, 3 receptions, so I think he is capable in this game of getting some points for sure. Just going to keep scrolling down here. Charbonnet, maybe an option. Looks like that might be it as far as running back matchups that I like. We're starting to get down to the second and third stringers. Yeah, looks like that's it, guys. I'm not going to cover any more, but I think I'm going to play Devon Achane. And I like Cook, but I also like Brown a lot, Chase Brown. We'll throw Cook in there for now, and we'll go ahead and throw in our quarterback down here. We'll throw in Shuck. And now we will take a look at the wide receivers. So we have Jackson Smith and Jigba, averaging 23.7 fantasy points a game, playing Atlanta, who's 19th against the wide receiver, 8th in pass yards allowed. I don't love that matchup, but I'm not going to tell you not to play him by any means. Puka Nacua, same thing. I don't love the matchup, but it's Puka Nacua. He's averaging 21.2 fantasy points a game. Cardinals are 15th against the wide receiver, 20th in pass yards allowed. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Devontae Adams been tearing it up. It's going to have the same matchup, but he's expected to play. His hamstring, I guess, is an issue right now, but by game time, hopefully it will not be, or maybe he's healing up. But he's probably a good play as well. He's been lighting it up. Jamar Chase, I would expect to get, I'd expect him to do well, except the Bills are they're first in pass yards allowed. They don't give up much pass yards, apparently. The Bills are 11th against the wide receiver. So I could see why you would not want to play him here, for sure. Justin Jefferson, man, what a disappointment. This guy should be tearing it up, and he just hasn't been. It's got to be a team issue. I can't imagine that he just suddenly forgot how to play football. Washington's 29th against the wide receiver, 30th in pass yards allowed. He should be able to do good in this game, but I'm not going to hold my breath on that. Yeah, I don't love it. Olave in a good spot against the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are 22nd against the wide receiver, 29th against the pass. But he is questionable from his back. Yeah, not sure if he's going to play or not. You'll need to look somewhere, guys, if you want to play him. But I definitely don't hate the matchup. When these teams played before, though, he only got 14 fantasy points. So that's that. Emeka Egbuka, when they played before, only got 6.5. I don't like his matchup either, so I don't recommend that. Not going to recommend T. Higgins here. Zay Flowers has a great matchup, but I just don't see me playing him. Steelers are 30th against the wide receiver, 28th in pass yards allowed. On paper, looks fantastic, but I don't trust him in this spot because, not that I don't trust him, I just don't trust the team to get him the ball that much. I don't know. Something doesn't seem to be clicking there. Brian Thomas Jr. playing the Colts, who are 25th against the wide receiver, 27th in pass yards allowed per game. I think he's in a good spot, but he doesn't average much. So do with that what you will. I'm not liking most of these wide receiver matchups, guys. Looks like Jacoby Myers I like quite a bit. Been getting 6 targets. He's got 6 targets the last 3 games. Same matchup that I just read to you guys against the Colts. I kind of like him better, I think, here than I do Brian Thomas Jr. for sure. I don't hate Michael Wilson's matchup. Don't love it. But with that said, Marvin Harrison Jr. is out again, so that did seem to open up a lot for Wilson when he was out before. I like the Broncos receivers here. Cortland Sutton averaging 13 points a game, fantasy points. Raiders are 27th against the wide receiver. But again, if you look at what they did in the last game, he got 5.4 against Las Vegas in their previous game together. Troy Franklin, however, had 15 fantasy points in that game. So I think I would prefer Troy Franklin here. Michael Pittman Jr. hasn't been doing a whole lot as of late. But in the beginning of the season, he had some big games, and I think that this could be a turnaround spot for him. I think he would be worth playing. I don't know that I could say the same for DK Metcalf. I think, and just where he's at, I think I just got to look past him here. Christian Watson, I think, would be a good play this week. Bears are 26th against the wide receiver, 22nd in pass yards allowed. I think you could go with him. Man, Shakir really let me down last week. That was a huge letdown. Best matchup on paper, and he flopped huge. 1.5 fantasy points. And I suppose that wasn't his fault, but it's the way the cookie crumbled. Yeah. Don't like Terry McLaurin's matchup here. Kind of do like Alex Pierce here. If you're a Colt, it looks like you have a good setup. Jordan Addison, I could definitely see why you would play. Looking at the matchup, that would be really the only reason I would play him. Parker Washington, if he plays, looks like he's questionable. Has a good matchup. But I think with Jacoby Myers there, he'd be the route to go, personally. Romeo Doubs, I want to like here. I like his matchup. Just don't like the average fantasy points per game. But, yeah. That might be it as far as wide receivers go for me, guys. I feel like Jerry Jeudy should be a good pick, except he's just not. He's averaging 6.8 fantasy points a game. I can't say that I'd be all right with that. I can't. Again, I don't know that that's his fault. That's just the way it is this season. I'm trying to get through this quickly for you guys. Marvin Mims must not have played that first game against Las Vegas because I'm not seeing that matchup on here, but I don't know that I expect him to do a whole lot either, but he's got a good matchup on paper. Pat Bryant is injured, but he's been doing a lot more for the Broncos. He's just got the hamstring thing going on. Limited at practice on Thursday. Man, guys, not a whole lot of wide receiver options that I like here. Well, there you have it. Those are the wide receivers I like. I'll slot the ones in here if I can remember them that I liked quite a bit. Who the heck were they? Are they in here? Are they in here, guys? Man, I feel like Justin Jefferson should have a good game here, but I just don't know that I expect it. I almost think I like Michael Wilson here better. Maybe a Christian Watson and a Wilson. I don't know that I love this, guys, but I think I'm going to throw another running back in at flex, perhaps. Maybe a Broncos receiver. I might change this up a little bit. Looking at tight ends, I like Warren a lot here. Tyler Warren. Jaguars are 31st against the tight end, 23rd in pass yards allowed, as we said before. Brock Bowers, unfortunately, I kind of like here against my Broncos, but he only got 3.7 fantasy points against him last time. They're just 21st against the tight end position. Trey McBride, definitely like here. Rams are 16th against the tight end, and he's just been kicking butt. I mean, he's had over 10 targets in the last few games, except for week 13 and week 9, where he had 9 in both of those games. And then he had 13 targets in week 7. He's a target machine right now. I like him a lot. Don't love Zach Ertz in this spot. I like Dalton Kincaid. I mixed their two tight ends. The Bengals are 32nd against the tight end. On paper, he has a great matchup. Dawson Knox had a good one last week, but I don't think that ended up working out for me, playing him. With that said, you'll need to see if Kincaid is going to play. I don't know. You're going to have to look back and see if he plays, but he's got the best matchup on paper as far as tight end goes. Kyle Pitts Sr. playing in Seattle, who's 29th against the tight end. I kind of dig it. I just want to see more from him. Same thing with Mark Andrews. He's had one really explosive game this year, and that was pretty much it. But he's got a great matchup against the Steelers, who are 27th against the tight end position. I kind of like Juwan Johnson here, but the Buccaneers are 14th against the tight end, so it's not like super great matchup. Brenton Strange, another good matchup for him here. The Colts are 29th against the tight end, and he's been playing well, averaging 9.7 fantasy points a game. He's kind of cheap, not super expensive. Darren Waller, man, if he can stay healthy, he's one of my favorite tight ends. Jets are 22nd against that tight end position, so I like him as a play here. I'm going to skip over these next few guys. I like Mason Taylor's matchup, but I don't know that I would play him here. Same thing with Hawkinson. They just don't average a lot. That's it for me looking at the tight ends. I really like McBride. I really like Warren. And Kincaid and Strange. So if you need a cheaper one, Strange or Waller. But I think on this, I might, if I have enough here playing a cheap quarterback, I might just throw in Shuck is my quarterback. McBride, looks like I might have to go a little cheaper either on him or a receiver. In my flex, I was actually going to throw, just take McBride out. I don't think I'm going to be able to play him. I'm actually going to play, I think, Chase Brown in this spot. And then I might have to go cheaper on tight end because it looks like my salary is running low here. Broncos against Las Vegas. They got 14 points against them last time. It's a great matchup. Cleveland against Tennessee. They average 8.1 fantasy points a game. Tennessee 31st against the defense. Seattle playing Atlanta, who's 16th against the defense. They average 11 a game fantasy points. The Rams playing Arizona, who are 27th against the defense, and the Rams average 8.8 a game. I think that I like the Browns here thus far the best. Buccaneers don't look like a bad pick. Buffalo doesn't look like a bad pick, but I don't love it with Joe Burrow back. Same thing, Tennessee looks okay. Cleveland's 29th against the defense, but they don't average a lot. 5.3 fantasy points a game. I think Washington actually could get some points against Minnesota. Minnesota's not looking great to me this year. They're actually the last in the league against the defense, and the Commanders, I think, could get some sacks, maybe some interceptions. I kind of like it. So if you want that cheap option at $2,800, I'd say Commanders. Colts don't look awful. They average 7.7 a game. Jacksonville's 19th against the defense. But I think here I'm probably looking at the Browns. And then I'm going to have to go cheaper somewhere because that only leaves $1,900 salary remaining. And who do I go cheaper with then, guys? Do I take out Michael Wilson? Do I take out Watson? Just out of pure usage, I think weeks 11 and 12, 18 targets, 15 targets. I think I'm going to leave Michael Wilson in there. We'll throw Brenton Strange as our tight end, and then that leaves us $3,200 to pick a really cheap wide receiver. I don't hate Hopkins here, but I don't necessarily love that play. Tim Patrick hasn't been doing a whole lot. Naylor's a no-no. Wow. Gonna have to really search that out then, guys. Or maybe go cheaper on wide receiver or tight end. I don't want to go too much cheaper here. Was there another tight end that we like? Mason Taylor. That's about as cheap as I really wanted to go. Unless we played like a second stringer. I think I want to stick with Strange. I think I prefer McBride. Maybe do away with maybe swap Michael Wilson for McBride. Is that something we want to do? I don't know. For the sake of ending this video, because you guys probably don't want to keep watching me search this out, I'm just going to keep Strange in there, and I am going to put who was my wide receiver I had in there, guys? I had Wilson. And for the sake of ending this video, I'll just throw in a wide receiver down here somewhere, like DeAndre Hopkins. But I'm not going to play DeAndre Hopkins probably. I'm just going to tweak this lineup a little bit. But these are the guys that I like the best. Gives you something to look at and just shows you the matchups. Hey, as usual, I wish you the best for your lineup this week. I appreciate you watching, and I will get the video posted for Sunday Night Football here soon, hopefully. And yeah, be blessed. Have a good weekend, guys. Thanks.